Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to do the diagonal cross stitch. So this stitch seems complicated because you just need to be able to read your work, or you just need to keep track of what row in the repeat you're on. But if you learn to read your work and once you get the hang of the repeat, it goes pretty smoothly. So you're going to use two different stitches. You're going to use purl stitches and cross stitches. So it starts off by having you purl the first two stitches. And everybody does that a little differently. That's the way I do my purls. Okay. Then you're going to do a cross stitch, which means you skip the first stitch, pull up a loop in the second, and then come back and pull up a loop in that skip stitch, and you get your cross stitch. So you're going to do that twice. Skip that first stitch, come back, pull up a loop in the next stitch, and there you go. So now I'm going to purl twice. And then I'm going to cross twice. That's one. And that's two. Then I'm going to do my last Tunisian stitch, or my edge stitch, however you like to call that, right there through the eye dropper. Okay, and then this just has a standard return pass where you're going to yarn over, pull through one, and then yarn over, pull through two, and do your standard return pass. Once we get back to the end to start our next row, you'll see what I mean, where we're going to now adjust our repeat over one stitch. So instead of purling twice, this time we're only going to purl once. I did not do that correctly. Let's try again. So now that I've purled once correctly, we're now going to cross the next two stitches. We're going to do two crosses. So yes, we're going to cross the next two stitches, but we're actually going to do two sets of that. So you're always doing two cross stitches. So there's one. Now I'm going to do my second one. So what do I do next? I do two purl stitches. And so I'm going to do my two purl stitches, and then I'm going to do my two cross stitches. So I'm just repeating this pattern across the row, and I've just shifted it over one stitch. And now, because I've shifted it over one stitch, I'm going to end with one stitch remaining before my last Tunisian stitch, and I'm going to purl that one stitch and then do my return pass. Okay, so back to the beginning where I started. So now if I shift over one stitch, I'm not going to start with a purl stitch. I'm going to start with my two cross stitches. So again, just repeat off across the row, two crosses, two purls across the row. Now at the end of this row, I should end with two purl stitches, which is exactly what I was supposed to end with. And then my last Tunisian stitch. So this next row can be a little tricky to start because if you move over one stitch, you need 1.5 cross stitches. So whenever you need a half of a cross stitch, either to start or end your row, you're just going to make that as a TSS. So that is your half of a cross stitch to get started. Then you'll cross across one more cross and then do your 2 purls. You can see when I get to the end of this row, I need half of a cross. So again, I'm just going to TSS that last stitch and then return as usual. So that is the diagonal cross stitch, and you can see that you'll get this raised bump from the purls and a little bit of a valley here where the X's are forming. And if you're doing that, you're following the repeat correctly.